Real Perspective. I'm Russell Lockhart, this is Steve Madden, and today we're going to review 3 movies. We're going to go Beetlejuice, The Speak No Evil, and last but not least, The Forge.
Okay, can you say those names again?
Beetlejuice.
You said it 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times. He's not going to come in.
Messing with them.
Beetlejuice, Speak No Evil, and The Forge.
All righty.
So first up is Beetlejuice.
All righty. I tell you what, but what we're going to do is show you the trailer. We normally do. I'm over here going, okay, let's show you the trailer. We're going to show you the trailer, enjoy the trailer. It looks real fun, and we will be right back.
When you're all driving carpool and banging your Pilates instructors to fill the empty voids in your life, we'll see who gets the last laugh. My mom grew up here, that old house on the hill.
Wait, the ghost house? Is your mom Lydia Dietz?
Unfortunately,
She's a legend.
the living, the dead, can they coexist?
Now's my chance.
Ghosts aren't real. Only gullible people believe that kind of crap.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Beetlejuice. I need you to help me save my daughter. But how do I know that you're going to keep your word?
I swear on my dead mother's soul. Days. Bob, you and the boys stand guard. Nobody gets through. Let's go, honey.
Recognize this puss.
Never seen that chick before in my life. Or afterlife.
Are you doing this?
Beetlejuice. I'm needed upstairs. Bob, hold down the fort. Spill your guts. Who wants to go first? All right, I will. See, I'm willing to do the work.
Swear the afterlife is so random.
You're that thing from my dream.
Really more nightmare material.
Confronting the unknown, conquering your fears. There's nothing harder.
What the f? Thank you all for coming to this special occasion, but right now with like a little privacy.
I tell you what, the same craziness. Did you see that little dude with the little head on there?
Yeah, Bob.
What's his name?
Bob.
He's
He's actually very funny in this. He's very funny in this. He's got some memorable spots in there. I remember when we did the screening to this, they had little cards, like you have the little fans. Like they've got a little head of Bob up there, and so it's got a little thing there. It's kind of fun. So this is the sequel to Beetlejuice, and one we've been waiting for many years. It seemed like the time was right. I know they were trying to get a script together, and either Michael Keaton didn't like it, or Tim Burton didn't like it, or something, and they were just trying to get the right flow. Now Tim Burton said in a interview that it had to be that they were just waiting for well, now I can't remember her name now. Oh, Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
For Jenna Ortega to be born, because she was born to be in this movie.
Yeah.
So, and she was because she played Wednesday, so she's got a pretty macabre sense of humor on this.
The Addams Family.
The Addams Family Wednesday. So, to go into this has Michael Keaton coming back as Beetlejuice. So everybody knows Michael Keaton as Batman from the '80s. Now, if you're a younger audience, you know him for
Batman.
Yeah,
the original Batman, the best Batman
ever.
ever.
Best Batman, because he didn't have to say I'm Batman. No, I know. So Michael Keaton did a lot of movies. He's done quite a few. He's got a big resurgence right now, and he's just done some great movies out there right now. And he actually reprised the Batman role in The Flash. which I don't recommend The Flash just for personal reasons, but that's me. So anyway, Michael Keaton's back, and as Beetlejuice, we've got Winona Ryder, and everybody knows her from Stranger Things. However, she was in the original Beetlejuice.
She was.
And Catherine O'Hare, who also was in the original Beetlejuice. Now, to answer like the missing people, as we had talked about before,
missing people, yeah.
You have Gina Davis, you have
Alec Baldwin, he's shooting people.
Jeffrey,
I'll stop.
Jeffrey, I can't remember his name now. They explained them away.
Well, he played the dad in the original one.
In this, as they're opening up, you see them. They're at a funeral for the dad. So you see that is what they're going through. That's the kind of tragedy they're going through. For Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, they were the original ghost owners of the house. That when the guys moved in, the Dietzes moved in, that these were the ghosts trying to scare them off. In that, they just kind of explained away, hey, they found a loophole where they were able to go into the crossover, and so they're good. And Michael Keaton just said we didn't really want to, not Michael Keaton, Tim Burton. We wanted to move on from that story, so we wanted a whole new story. And this is a new story. This is a great story. So Jenna Ortega plays Astrid, and Astrid is the Winona Ryder's daughter. So in this, after they're going through this tragedy, they go back to the house that they were living at at that point, and Astrid finds the town, the little model town in the attic, and so that kind of sparks everything for Beetlejuice coming back. There's a lot of things that goes on through that, tragedy and all the different things that they're going through. All of that kind of sparks that, and I don't want to kind of give away any of that storyline, but that sparks the Beetlejuice coming back. So this is really a fun movie, just like the first one. If you love the first one, you're going to love this one. Classic Beetlejuice, classic Michael Keaton. I love Michael Keaton because he just takes Beetlejuice and he just runs with it. Okay. Now, I don't know how much of this one was ad-lib. I do know the original Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton ad-libbed just about everything, which was awesome. So in this one, I'm not sure if he ad-libbed everything, but it's a lot of fun. It's Jenna Ortega is just such a great actress. You've seen her as Wednesday, like I said, and she's on Wednesday. It's on. I don't remember which service it's on. I don't remember if it's on Netflix.
It's one of the streaming services. It may be Netflix, but we'll check it.
But it's such a good show. She did a great job on that. So everything is wonderful about this. They also have Willem Dafoe, which is awesome. He's in there, and he has a pivotal role in there, but just kind of small. But it's mostly centered on Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder's characters. Michael Keaton even said, I don't want to have Beetlejuice take over the film. Like the first one, you don't see him in a lot of it. So, but the parts that you see him in, he just commands the screen, But Ortega, hot. She is awesome. She is just on fire as an actress, and I just think that's. And I would say hot, not that. I don't want to talk about that.
I didn't say anything.
I said, I saw your face. Hot as an actress. She's just really good. Okay. And I love this role. I'm not so crazy about some of her roles she did, but Wednesday I thought she nailed it, and I thought she nailed it in Beetlejuice.
Nice.
It is PG-13, and that's mainly, there's some macabre images, and there's it's all talking about death like the first one did. There's also some cuss words in there. Now, there are a couple of times the biggie happens partially, so they never finish it, right?
Well, they did that. Then, he did that in the first one.
Yeah, and then they do one where he finishes, and that gives it. They always say you can say it once in the PG-13. So if the cussing bothers you, just remember that this is going to have some cussing in it. Not as bad as an R-rated movie, but this will have cussing. So with this, I absolutely recommend it. If you love the first Beetlejuice, I think you're going to love the second one. I look at films like this and go, should it be remade? Should it have a sequel to it? I've always wanted a sequel to this one.
Yes.
And so the sequel that I thought I wanted was more about the couple, the ghost couple, and the real life people kind of mending and blending together. But After watching this, I realized this is probably the better sequel that I would have wanted. I don't think I would have liked the other rehashing of everything. I mean, this is perfect. I mean, this is really perfect. So, so with that, what do you say?
Oh, I'll give you a hard time. Okay, this was made by the Geffen Film Company.
Right, Geffen.
Okay.
Yep.
And one of my favorite films of all time were made by Geffen. They did, of course, they did Beetlejuice. Yeah. But they did Little Shop of Horrors.
Love Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, one of my favorite musicals of all times. And yeah, that's it's pretty good here. A few people that were, you had Monica Bellucci. She actually starred in The Passion of the Christ.
Yes.
Which, amazing, but she was in here. Jenna, and I did verify that was a Netflix Wednesdays on Netflix. Yes. And they're coming out with a new series, or a new second season, I think.
I'm not sure she's involved with that. I thought at one point, I think that she had left and she had been replaced. But I could be wrong. That's just a rumor. I don't want to spread rumors, you know. But
and what famous character did Willem Dafoe play in the original Spider-Man?
That's the Green Goblin.
Yes, the Green Goblin. I love it. I love it. Anyway, cool. So, alrighty. So you had already spoke to the cussing and all this type of thing. Should I bring my 3-year-old granddaughter?
No 3-year-olds.
Okay.
Now, PG-13. So you have to be at least 13. I would say recommend 13.
Okay.
Like I said, most 13, 14, 15-year-olds, I think they're going to enjoy it. You know, it all depends on how you feel about cussing around, you know, with your kids and seeing movies that have cuss words in it. That's the biggest part of this.
The first one had weird images. Of course, you saw that with the dude. I love Bob.
Bob was hilarious.
Bad. And then at the end, poor Michael Keaton's head shrunk with it. Anyway, that was the first one.
Yeah.
I loved it. Anyway, but it was a lot of weird looking things, but it was fun. It was fun. Yeah. It was funny. It was not meant to scare people.
Yeah, it's a little bit, even the first one was a little scary on different things, but really towards the end when you see Beetlejuice really come to life and start trying to take over everything, it has some scary images. This has some too. It's not as many as the first one did, but it does have some scary images. The sandworm is back in a
the sandworm.
So, but
is he still striped?
He is still striped. And then with Bob is besides Beetlejuice, Bob is the way to make it more humorous. Mm-hmm. All of Bob's parts are funny, and so it's kind of cool. So
now, Catherine O'Hara played in so many of the memorable shows that we.
Now, before we go there, don't look. Where did she get her start?
Well, she was with Second City Comedy.
Very good. That's where she really got her started. SCTV.
SCTV.
It's spawned a lot of big actors and actresses.
Canadian, folks. Yeah. Canadian. But we saw her in Home Alone.
Home Alone, yeah. That was her big one.
Home Alone was big. Of course, she looked so much younger in Beetlejuice, the first one. I was just noticing that. And then, of course, recently...
Well, she was younger in the first Beetlejuice.
How can I... she was in a very unpopular TV series, or streaming TV series, called SCHITTS Creek.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to say that. I don't know why they have to make it sound like
it's a name. It's the name of the people.
Okay. Anyway.
It's not spelled the way the cuss word's spelled. So.
Alrighty.
But pronounced the same.
Yeah.
But that's actually a funny show. But.
Yeah, it is a funny, and she's a really, really talented actress.
She's very funny. She's hilarious.
Yeah. Now the thing is, I mean, okay, this was 36 years between the two movies.
Right.
So did they all the older ones like Michael and all come out with the
no, they're
walkers and stuff? Or,
Michael's been really busy, and I will say like he looks like he's a lot older, and he is. I think he fits the character of Beetlejuice in this one better than he did for the first one. You know, just because of the age in his face and stuff like that. I think he fits that. But I will say that he started. I always say he had a moment like John Travolta, There was a moment when John Travolta was like
Big.
Yeah, he was big, and then
He went away.
He was down, and you didn't see it. And then he got put in Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, man.
And it went boom. Well, the same thing that happened to him is that Michael Keaton did a movie called Birdman, which is an awesome, bizarre movie. It's really a cool movie. It's an independent film, and they did that. Well, I think he won an award or got an
Oscar for that.
But this is that kind of catapulted him, and he's like doing all these different things again. And I just absolutely love Michael Keaton anyway. I love everything that he does. So to see him back in action as Beetlejuice, it was worth it, man.
He is 73 years old, and Tim Burton. Tim Burton, many of the memorable movies that we know Tim from. Everything
Before
from
Christmas.
Batman. He was the original too, but the Batman Returns.
Yeah, he did the first two.
Yeah,
I think Nolan did the third one.
Yeah, and right. Did he do Beetlejuice the first?
Yes.
So
yes,
Michael and him must have a good...
Yeah. It's kind of like Tim and Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
have a good rapport. So it's I think they just work together really well. I think Michael and Tim do good.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, let's run down the list. Wokeism.
Nothing.
Gay.
Not that I remember.
Okay.
It wasn't
or
really
trans
good.
or whatever else they're trying to
Not
say.
that I can remember. But remember the first one had a gay character in it that was a psychic, a medium.
But he wouldn't say, did he come out and say
No, but he was just very flamboyant. But
that
I don't remember anything in the second one, to be honest. But if it's a minor character anything like that, it probably just
okay. All righty. And then our concern is agenda. Is there anything?
No. There's some surprises in there but it's not agenda driven. Mm-hmm. I can't think of anything that was agenda. It was just strictly, hey, let's do this movie about Beetlejuice again, and they had a good script.
They just had a good time, had a good fun movie. All righty, well, let's get to the reels.
All right, so out of this, I'm going to give Beetlejuice about a 9 out of 10.
9 reels, this is good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Maybe
competing with those cartoons that he liked.
It might have been more nostalgia. I don't know, but I absolutely loved the movie, and it's like when you watch a movie that gave you the great feels in the first time that you saw it,
yes,
and you get that again in the second one, and it's not a carbon copy of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like movies that come out and go, oh, it's a sequel, but then you see the same storyline.
Yeah.
This is different, and I think Ortega breathes that new freshness into this. Mm-hmm. So you have the young, and you have the classic people all that were in their original. I think it has that new feel to it. And that
it's kind of like what they did with Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You saw that those new characters.
Yeah, the old and you have the new. Yeah. And I think it's kind of like passing the torch on to the newer people, the newer generation.
Okay.
And while I really hate when they do remakes, but it's like a case by case moment. Like I don't look forward to Never Ending Story remake. I think
are they doing that?
Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to do that. And then whenever they did the Ghostbusters, when I saw how they passed the torch to the younger people, this could work. This was really good. And then when they did Frozen Empire, same way. That was absolutely, I was in it. So this one, I'm in it. If they do a third one, I would probably be in that one too. Yeah. So we'll see that.
So, they better do it soon. But anyway, all righty, fantastic. What is our next film?
A drama. Now they call it horror. I don't think of it as a horror movie. Okay. Back in my day, I feel like a really old man when I say things like that. They used to be called suspense movies.
Okay.
You know? This is very suspenseful and humor. Suspenseful and humorous on both ways. So it's called Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil.
Yes.
All righty, folks. We're going to show you that trailer. So we'll be back in just a couple moments and take a look at this one. Speak No Evil.
Louise, we need to get out of here now. Louise, what are you doing?
Everything okay in there?
Yeah, we're all good.
Anything we can get you?
No, we'll just be a minute.
We can't let on. Yeah? We can't look stressed or scared. We just have to go out there and be completely normal.
This is my husband, Ben.
I'm Patrick Feld. This is my wife, Kira. You have to come and visit us. The West Country, really, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's so quiet around here. Do you even have any neighbors?
Agnes, love, you have to eat your vegetables. And we don't chew with our mouths open.
Please, could you stop telling my daughter what to do?
You don't criticize other people's children. You should say sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, Louise.
Louise, is there anything you'd like to say? Cold water therapy, proven to boost the immune system.
And we didn't bring our swimsuits.
Oh, that's all right. You can keep your knickers on.
You shouldn't be shy, Louise. Got a great body.
Oh, thank you.
I admire you. Louise is a great woman. I've always wanted a family like yours.
Mom, something's not right with him.
What is wrong with you? I want to back up the car, and I want to leave now.
Oh no, that is really bad luck. I know we can both be
A bit much. You're going to kill us. He went dead.
Mom?
Right here. You're either predator or you're prey.
I need you to be brave. You guys have been...
just a breath of fresh air. Oh, well, that is very sweet of you to say.
So I see James McAvoy. I always get, why do I get him mixed up with the other one, Ewan McGregor? I don't know.
I don't know. I like James McAvoy. Now, you know, we talk about Christian movies here, and Christians. This is for Christians, reviews for Christians. So one of the things that you guys will remember him for is he played Mr. Tumnus in the Chronicles of Narnia. So
He did.
indeed.
Wasn't it that? What was that creature?
He was Centaur or Mentor. I don't remember which one.
One of those mythical
tars.
creatures with he had like a deer and then whatever.
The antelope, but I think he was but he played that. So, and the other things you've seen him in, I actually love him in Split and Glass, which are sequels to Unbreakable, which I love that trilogy.
Okay, because I was asking you about those. It's not okay, and those were not as in the same venue as this. What I'm seeing here is they call this a psychological horror movie.
Yeah, I don't believe in the horror part. I think it should be a psychological suspense thriller. Okay. That's what I think it should be. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's horror. When I hear horror, I think Friday the 13th, Dracula, Frankenstein, all these things are horrors. I don't think this is a horror, but you know, who am I to say? But this is a very good psychological movie. Along with McAvoy is Mackenzie Davis, and she was in, for me, I saw her in Love, Death, and Robots, which was a really cool like anthology of sci-fi type of shows, and Tully that I saw many years ago. I want to say 2009, I could be wrong on that, but I remember those movies. It also has Alex Lester, I believe is her name, and she's in TV shows Riverdale and My Life with the Walter Boys. She plays a little girl, and the little boy that is there, his name is Dan Hoff, and he was in a TV show called Hollyoaks. I've never seen that.
Okay, I think that's a British flavor.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. This is the first time I've actually seen him because I haven't seen Hollyoaks. So there's some really good actors and actresses in this. I believe the kids really do such a great job. So the story behind this is this couple comes in and they're off in the I believe it's Italy or something like that. I don't remember the setting of it. Anyway, they were sitting there and they're there and they're enjoying their vacation with their daughter and McAvoy and his wife, and they've got a little boy. And so they kind of have a connection. They form a connection. Well, then they had a great time together. It was fun. The kids played together, all of that. Well, then when they get back to America, the other couple contacts them, writes them a letter, and say, hey, can you come up to our villa? We've got a private villa. We want to spend some time together. We really enjoyed it. So they go up there and do that. Things start going a little bit awry, and that's what the whole story is about. They start doing some, it's kind of odd things that are happening. The little boy doesn't talk, and they explained that away, that he had a problem when he was born and he couldn't talk. So an accident or something, I don't remember what it was. So as the little boy and the little girl are contacting, talking to each other, it starts coming out that he's telling the little girl he's doing like this, and saying, trying to give her a message, and she doesn't listen. She doesn't understand. So it kind of goes in there and becomes very bizarre as the movie goes along. I don't want to give away anything in this. Okay. It's just this great movie that it builds into suspense. It's fun and just kind of humorous at the very beginning, and kind of fun and cool, and kind of, you kind of put yourself in this movie where you're off in this land that you've never been to before, and then you get to make friends there. And we all want to be that way. We want to see that when we make lifelong friends when we go to another country. That'd be kind of a cool thing. But then it becomes bizarre as they go in there. And like I said, I don't want to give a lot of things away, but after they're at their villa, things become a little bit weird. And they understand that these aren't normal people. So I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to give away the whole thing here, because I want to leave that open, but it just gets bizarre and macabre, a bunch of things. Now, one thing that I would say, one of my downsides for this, I don't like this when people do this, when movies do this. You have a very smart couple coming in there.
Okay.
And you have stupid things, just like in the horror movie where they go, where can we hide? Oh, wait, there's a shed over there. And they run into the shed instead of going to the car. Or, they're in the house and the killer is over here. And instead of running out the door, they go upstairs. You kind of go, why don't you run out the house? Why don't you do this? What's going on? They make stupid choices. And
isn't that all the horror movies?
Something. Yeah, that's the only horror aspect I like.
Okay.
That's in there. I think if you're making stupid choices, you deserve everything. If you're in a house where a killer is,
don't go in there.
Don't do that. It's just there's some things in there that's the only part of that I absolutely did not like.
Okay.
But what I did like is the audience was into that, and again they would yell, "Don't go! Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that, you fool?" It was fun to watch the audience's reaction. So in that case, I kind of understood why they did it that way, because probably it became more fun for the audience.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite thing. I always like smart movies where they do something like we would think that we would do in that case.
Yeah.
But it is a really cool movie. It is a seat grabber. You're going to be on the edge of your seat. You're going to be holding on to the armrest. And it's one of those movies that's really cool and fun. Mm-hmm. And McAvoy plays, as we know from Split and Glass, he plays a very good evil person, bad person. And in this, him and his wife both are bad. And you see all of this unfold as it goes along.
Okay, so he is bad.
Yeah, he is bad. He is bad. And you know that even from the commercials, you see that. I mean, in the commercials, one of the things that, they ask, why are you doing this? He said, because you're letting us. But it is one of those things that just is bad. Now, on this, it is rated R.
Yes.
It is rated R. It's got a lot of intensity, a lot of stuff like that. It's got some sexuality a little bit in it, not a ton. But cussing and a lot of just suspenseful and just scary moments. So it is rated R. Just want to warn everybody at that point that it is rated R, and you want to be careful on that. But if you like suspense thrillers, it's so much fun. It's really a cool show, cool movie.
Okay, how much violence do we see in this movie? There's one violent scene that I already saw.
You know, that's funny though, is that you see the previews and you see like all this stuff happening, but half the movie is getting to know the characters.
Okay.
And half the movie is you know, them enjoying the time together and then all that. And then you see all these good things. You don't really see the other stuff until like right at the last quarter of the movie, maybe. Mm-hmm. And that's when everything starts turning weird, and you know, when everything happens at that point, and then it just builds.
How old are the children?
The little boy is, I think he's 6 or 7 in there, if I remember right. I could be wrong on that. And
Okay.
The little girl's probably about 9 or 10. I'm trying to remember how they phrased it.
Yeah, and I don't want to give things away, but there is a violent, well, it alludes to a violent scene that could be quite disturbing to some. And you and I will talk about it later, but yeah, anyway. But okay, Blumhouse.
Yes.
Did this one.
I always tip my hat to Blumhouse. He is very good about choosing movies, and he chooses a lot of these. He does a lot of horror, psychological movies that he gets out there, and they're usually done really well. And again, McAvoy, man, I can't say enough about him, and I think that maybe could have been the draw for Blumhouse on that.
Yeah,
is McAvoy is such a good actor, man.
Well, look at Blumhouse, the Paranormal Activity series, the Purge series, right? Then of course Split, what we already mentioned.
Yeah.
Happy Death Day, seriously? Okay, anyway.
But there's also done regular. He does a lot of horror movies.
And then one thing called Five Nights at Freddy's.
Which I can't say it's considered a horror movie, but it's a fun movie. So have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I do. You know, my grandson would always like the toys of it, so I always wondered about that.
Well, you don't let your grandson watch that one, but it is a fun movie. But anyway, this is for Speak No Evil. I really had fun in it. Like I said, I did not know what to expect except for what you saw in the trailer, but it turned out to be really fun. And if you like suspense, and I do, I love suspenseful stuff.
Okay.
And so it really is one of those that you're at the edge of your seat through the last fourth of the movie. Okay. And knowing the screening, the once you see the promos and you know what's happening, you see everything build up, which is cool.
Yeah.
I would have liked to go in. I should have gone in. I didn't go in this. A lot of times I don't see the trailer, so I can learn as the audience does and learn how it builds. But you see that, and I think it's just a lot of fun. I think it's sweet and innocent and fun at the beginning, and then it gets a little bit
intense.
And I enjoyed it.
Okay, about the actor Mackenzie Davis, we know, and there was Scoot McNairy in there. Well, I was talking to Russell about this before. Those two starred in a TV series. I think it was on. It wasn't A&E. It was the other one, AMC, I think, called *Halt and Catch Fire*. That was a series about the beginnings of the personal computer, which I thought was pretty interesting. I'm a programmer, so that kind of draws my interest, and that was kind of great. It went for several seasons, but I guess they played the couple, the Dalton couple, in this one, so that's cool. That's cool. Alrighty. Okay, so you spoke to the cussing. You spoke to that it was an R-rated, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, do we have any, homosexuality in there?
No.
Any
no
transgenders? Any agenda? It's just one of, I wonder if Hollywood is starting to learn their lesson.
I would hope so. I can see maybe like when you're looking at TV shows, it's not. Even though they keep losing money, look at
Disney.
Disney lost money, they were hemorrhaging money, and they haven't learned their lesson. They even had the Star Wars thing that lasted one season, and the Star Wars fans would not.
They wouldn't go grab it.
No, and so it's like someone like Disney, who I used to have a lot of respect for Disney, Walt would have never allowed
No,
this.
of course
I'm telling
not.
you this.
No, he
But
never
I used to have a lot of respect for Disney, and now that is going away. And little by little, chunk by chunk, movie by movie, it's going away.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that, but I once thought Disney as the most trusted film industry of all time.
Of course,
See,
everybody's
Disney.
got Disney. That
Disney
should
is
be
gonna
good.
it's
You know,
gonna be family
kids,
friendly.
and,
But
you know.
that is gone by the wayside. And
And
I'm
it's
hoping
kind of
that-
sad.
yeah,
It really is a sad situation.
And you'll see it every now and then. You'll see an executive go, "Yeah, we need to turn this around. We need to do this," but they don't do anything.
Too much
There
pressure.
is, and I've said this before. There is one of the top people that said that she was told, "Yes, put the agenda in there," and she does it with a little by little. She's adding more and more in each movie. That's the way they feel about it. So to me, they're just giving the raspberry to the fans. You know, I think that's what they're doing.
And understand what Disney, they're a hold of ABC TV and Disney Channel.
And they're buying all these franchises like Star Wars.
Yeah.
That they're owning this and they're running them to the ground.
Wait, what worries me is the Marvels series. Now, I did not see Deadpool and Wolverine yet, or I probably will eventually when it comes on. But of course, that's killing it at the box office right now. By the way,
but that was that was not child friendly anyway.
no, of course not. No, it's just that with the agenda and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But okay, let's go around and we got that. Alrighty, talk to me about reels.
You know, I go with 8.
Go with 8 on
yeah,
this
8
one.
out of 10.
Not high.
Good suspense. I thought it was a very well balanced. So you got everything built up.
Yes.
And so it wasn't like constant. It wasn't like a lot of horror movies where you go, here's the people. Yeah, you don't need to know their last name. They're going to die anyway. And so boom, 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 and all the action happens.
What you did last summer.
Yeah, this was wonderful because it gave you the couple. It gives you McAvoy's couple that you see their facade, but you don't know. You don't know a whole lot about the movie, and you don't know its facade. You're seeing that build up, and it goes in, and they have a wonderful time when they're first together at the villa, and then you see all the stuff happening. And little by little, it's like an Alfred Hitchcock thing. Mm-hmm. You see a little bit that's happening, so you get a clue.
Now there is the master of suspense.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, if you're ever interested, go back and watch those things. I mean, some of that
you think
stuff
about
really
Psycho.
creeps.
You think about Psycho. Psycho wasn't. It wasn't like in your face, like gore.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock believed in putting everything right here
In your mind.
to say, I'm going to show you this, but I'm not going to show you anything, and you're going to imagine it. You know, it's like when you saw Janet Leigh, and you saw you see the curtain opening, and you see the knife going in. You never saw the knife hitting her. You never saw that. You never saw any violence on that. And then the next scene, you see the drain. You see blood going down the drain.
Yeah.
It's actually chocolate syrup for those people like trivia.
Yeah.
So you see that.
But you see, they got a hold of your head.
Yeah.
And that's what the old
That's
stuff used to be.
Yeah.
And that's scarier. But then again, you're thinking about old Janet Leigh. She never took a shower after that. All righty. Okay, well, all righty. This is good. 8 reels on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Not for the kiddies.
Not at all. Not at all.
No.
But if you, I wouldn't say date night. I don't know. But maybe just get away and see this movie. It's just a fun movie. It's just a very suspenseful movie. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
All righty. Next.
Last but not least is The Forge.
The Forge.
The Forge is a Christian movie. Now, this is done by my favorite writer-directors.
Okay.
These guys, they're called the Kendrick Brothers. They have done some of my favorite movies. My favorite, the very first one that I saw from them, when they did the Facing the Giants. And if you've ever seen Facing the Giants, so if you haven't seen it, man, go out and watch this movie. The Facing the Giants is one of one of my favorite early Christian movies. Not early like the Cross of the Switchblade and all the stuff that happened in the 70s, 80s, something like that.
Yeah.
But in modern times when Christian writers, directors are getting in here and actually hitting Hollywood, actually getting movies in there. This is a great, Kendrick brothers are just a force to be reckoned with because they are getting the word out there. They are getting the feeling out there. They're getting the word of God out there. They're doing what they need to be doing. And one, like with Facing the Giants, I remember seeing a promo of this, and they did a thing called the Death Crawl. It was about a football team. And he's telling the guy, this is even if you go look at that scene, just look up Death Crawl scene from Facing the Giants. It is a powerful message just right there, where he blindfolds a football player and has him carry somebody else on their back. And he said, just give me 10 yards. And he just keeps telling him, you're almost there, you're almost there. And he makes it from goalpost to goalpost. And he says at that point, when you walk in faith, you can get through anything that you want to. You can get through all of this. And you may not know you can get through it, but you can make it through. This great message, Kendrick brothers do that. And in this one,
let's watch the trailer.
Oh, yes, we didn't do the trailer yet, did we?
Yeah. All righty.
I got all wrapped up.
You get caught up on it. Set him off the cliff right here. Okay, anyway, watch the trailer. We'll be right back.
What's your name?
Isaiah.
I want to ask you a few questions. What kind of man do you want to be? And what do you want people to think when they see you coming? So let me be blunt. A big part of becoming a man is showing up. Can you do that, Isaiah?
Now you devote your heart to following the Lord, no matter what the cost.
He hasn't had a good man in the home to be a role model. No matter how much I do, it's hard for a woman to call out the man in her son.
Isaiah, welcome to the Forge.
Okay, so we got a faith-based movie.
Yes.
I love it.
So I got all wound up there. I'm sorry. That's how much I love this movie.
Okay.
So again, it's the Kendrick brothers. And if you've seen The War Room, you're going to recognize a couple of people here. One of my favorites is Aspen. Is it? Yeah.
It's Aspen Kennedy.
Aspen Kennedy. Actually, she does Kingdom Business. Yeah. It's Karen Abercrombie. She does. She was in War Room. She was a little old lady, and so she does a great job. She makes a little appearance in here, which is cool. So there's some appearances on that, but beyond that, it's this wonderful Kendrick brothers movie. Isaiah, he's like a teenager. He just graduated high school. And like a lot of teenagers nowadays, they don't know what they want to do. They don't have a pathway. They're in their room, they play video games. They're not sure about looking for a job. And his mom is on his case going, you need to do this, you need to get a job. Can't stay in there all the time playing video games. So he starts looking for a job, and he goes across this company and puts in an application for him. And when the guy talks to him, he starts asking the questions. He said, what I want to do is there's 3 questions I'm going to ask you. And come back to me later when you can answer these and tell me what you want to do, and then we'll talk about a job. So he answers these questions, and he comes back to the guy, and he as the guy hires him, he said, I want to spend time with you before you come to work every day, or like twice a week for like an hour, twice a week. And in that time, he mentors him. He just kind of starts talking about God, about life, about everything what the Bible says. It's cool. It's one of those things that that young people need right now, that they need to be able to have someone to lead them into this, to do that. It's all about discipleship. And as this unfolds, you see that he's got the owner has a group of men that has together, and all the men are people that either he's discipled or he's discipled somebody that discipled them. Mm-hmm. And so this big men they call the Forge that get together and talk about this, and that are godly men, and they're trying to make a difference in her life. So that's what the movie's about. It's such a great movie. Again, I highly recommend any Kendrick Brother movie, and this one you will cry like a lot of their movies. You will say hallelujah like a lot of their movies, and you're going to come out feeling that there is a chance. You know that we can make this, we can turn this world around. So that's what I love about the Kendrick movies, Kendrick Brothers movies, is that they give you that hope and that belief that God is still here, and know that we can turn everything around. So I think we all need that message, because we live in a world right now that is just not very godly and not living up to what it needs to be. And we have this negative messaging constantly feeding our brains. And it's really breathtaking and a breath of fresh air that we are seeing this movie, these set of movies where it's saying you can do something, you can make a difference. And the Forge is like big time, you can make a difference. There's some wonderful side stories to this that will blow you away, and that are just awesome. That are great writing and great side stories. And I'm not going to I don't want to give anything. I don't like giving anything away to people. I want people to experience the movie themselves. But you will not be disappointed if you go see The Forge. If you are a Christian, you will love The Forge. If you love The War Room, or you love the Facing the Giants, or was it some of the other movies they did?
Actually, they did Fireproof and Courageous. Overcomer.
The first one was, I think it was called Flywheel. Yeah. Now, I need to go back and watch that again. It's been a long time since I've seen that one, but it was like, one of the things that I love about the Kendrick Brothers is that they've gotten better over time. I remember watching Facing the Giants was their second movie. And I remember the reason I watched it is because I saw that death crossing. But acting was not that terrific. And as they went through their movies, their acting got better and better. The storylines got better and better. The directing got better and better. Everything was just awesome. And it is, as their movies right now are as good as, if not better, than any movie you're going to see in Hollywood. Now, I'm not talking about blockbusters where you got explosions and boom, 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 boom. You're not going to get here. This is great storytelling. This is Christian storytelling, and we need that now, because everything else is negative. You hear me talking all the time that this is PG-13. It's got a little bit of cussing. This is rated R. It's got a lot of cussing. This is this. This one doesn't. Now it is, I think it's PG or PG-13. There's a lot of thematic things in there. I can't remember. I think it's PG. Usually they do PG. There are a lot of things in there that are like just the theme of it. There was a guy that had someone died from a drunk driver and stuff like that. So there's some things in there that are thematic like that. And I don't recommend it to take, with kids, like little kids. Teenagers may like it. I think that older teenagers, I think this would be a good one to see, to see with them. If you want to if you have a couple of older teenagers that you want to take to this, I think it's a great movie if you go out as a family movie and do that. I think younger kids are going to be bored with it, but most of the Kendrick Brothers you can watch, anybody if you do that. But I think that the younger kids are going to be bored with the whole subject. But I really think 14, 15 and above for a teenager. Okay. I think it's a good age to see it. I think you bring your
well, you're going to absorb it. You're going to absorb the story. The kids are not going to absorb the story.
And bring your Kleenex for this.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Bring your Kleenex. Man, I'm telling you, this one. My wife and I saw it, and we were both bawling. So, and I'm not ashamed to say I cried. I cried at movies.
You know what? Sony Pictures distributed this thing. That's amazing that they could make influence within the industry.
Yeah.
To get Sony to release this.
You know the thing that I want to challenge these movie studios to do this. Promote these as big as you promote the other movies.
Oh yeah.
It's like they're kind of buried. They're going, oh, we have this niche of people. I think that this movie could appeal to a lot of people. Okay. And I find that, like, okay, as a reviewer, and I will say this, we don't get the Christian movies as reviewers. We don't get set we'll do, like, they'll send us like Transformers and all this, and we're going to see these before they open. A lot of the Christian movies, 90% of the time, we don't see them. We don't get to see them before they open. So what I end up trying to do is see them after they open and review them. Occasionally we get to see one. I remember running one time, we were going to see a screening of another movie, and we're in the theater, and they were screening a movie called Woodburn or Woodbury Wood something. I don't remember the name of it now. I wish I could remember the name of it. But it was a Christian movie, and it was a true story. And my wife and I were, well, what are y'all screening? They said this, and I said, do y'all have room in there for another press member? Yeah, we did. So we abandoned the other screening, and we went to that one.
Nice.
It was probably the best, decision we made on that. But like I said, they don't promote them as much, even though it's Sony. And I love Sony movies. I love Sony pictures. But I really wish that these would promote these more. And
this one is doing really good.
Yeah, they are. They're doing good.
Okay, so we have a budget of $5 million, right? And a box office current to date at 24.5.
Yeah. Well, so the history of I wish that the studios would get a clue. When Passion of the Christ came out, they tried to get it greenlit, and nobody would fund it.
Yep.
Mel Gibson funded it on his own. And he turned that into bucks. Okay, now he didn't want to do it for the bucks, but it really, really hit. And Hollywood's going, oh, we can do that now. So they put off movies like Noah, which big names, but they wrote their own script. They didn't go biblically.
No,
it was like I was watching that and going, are you serious? That is not in the scripture. Are you serious? That is not.
What Bible were you reading?
They wanted to Hollywood it up, which is a problem. They want to do this when you can't get any more exciting than the Bible. You can't do that. So it's just ridiculous that they try to sling stuff out there and it doesn't work. And over and over and over, these independent Christian filmmakers are making a difference. I mean, you just saw the series here. They've got a couple movies out that just it's blanking. I'm just talking off the top of my head.
Well, we had recently the one about the little kids.
That's what I was talking about. Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom.
Yes.
And that was
Unsung
Hero, which was by For King and Country group. They funded that. They did everything there, and they had studios behind them. But again, they weren't bringing them out to the forefront. It was like, we're going to show these on Christian broadcasting, and we're going to show this on this, but they don't understand that there's more people that really need to see that.
Yeah. So you think that Christian movies are the B movie of the old?
I don't think they are. I think they're a lot better nowadays. I mean, I think the old Christian movies. I remember watching The Cross and the Switchblade or A Thief in the Night.
Thief in the Night.
And I went back many years ago, 15, 20 years ago, and tried to rewatch those. No, they're not. I mean, it's a good message, but they're not. It's not done very well. But looking with what you have now, I think they're as good as, and some in better than a lot of the Hollywood movies. And it's just.
Well, you see a lot of them now. I don't think this was the new Reagan movie. That is not a Christian movie.
Which one?
Reagan. It's about Ronald Reagan.
Oh, Reagan. No,
yeah,
Reagan.
They're pushing.
Reagan's not a Christian movie. It's just.
No, but it's just you got what's his name?
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid coming forward as that, and from Dennis Quaid professes that a relationship with Christ. He started in, I can only imagine. Yeah.
He's actually done several. He did did several movies with as far as Christian movies. He's gotten a couple of them that he's done, and even some that are not Christian per se, but have a Christian value to them.
Yes.
So they're not made by Christian people. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was a true story about a baseball player that had, his legs were messed up. And so as a kid.
Yes.
But Dennis Quaid did that one. He really has. I think he's kind of like Kelsey Grammer, where they did these movies and then they had such a God experience that it turned their life around a little bit. So
I mean, it is good to see that's happening. There is a stir, and there are many that are in Hollywood or in that arena that are making the good movies, that are actually pushing some good stuff out there. Okay, let's ask the questions. I'm assuming that we're not having an agenda or trans or gay or...
No, none of that. The agenda is only to teach you about God. And to teach you about discipleship. Yeah. And I don't really think that's an agenda. I think that is...
Now, these Kendrick movies, they always seem to take a problem, something that's current, and deal with it.
Yeah. And this is no different. I mean, again, we see a huge uptick of teenagers graduating high school, and they're not wanting to go in the real world. I mean, look at this. We spent some time in the pandemic. We spent some time where people they were just in there and locked up in their houses, and some of those teenagers, some of those young adults now don't want to go out in the real world as fast as they should.
Yeah.
We've seen, just a lot of stuff. We are now in the digital age where you don't have to go out and do anything. You can do a lot of your stuff right there on the digital, video games, and you can converse with other people your age on that. Even when you're playing games, like in my day, we went to the arcade, and that way you hung out with friends and played games. Now when you're hanging out with friends, it's online. You have a headset, and you're just talking to them online.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world. Yeah. And we also haven't taught a lot of the kids how to, because we have a lot of broken families. We have a lot of people that are single families, single parenting. But we haven't taught a lot of the young people how to live in the world the right way. And I think one of the things that I loved about this is he did that. One of the first things he said was, he would, the teenager, the young adult would go up to him, hey, what's up? Or something like that, And he said, no, when you first meet someone, you shake their hand, you look them in the eye, you tell them your name, and you introduce yourself, and you're very, very, sturdy. You're very, very true.
Look, and that speaks to a situation of where are the manners? We also used to call them manners. You be brought up right, that type of thing, respect for other people, this type of thing. And it's good. It's good to see that these are dealing with common issues that we are dealing with today.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I love about the Kendrick brothers. They will take something and they will go, here's the answer. Here's biblically what we need to be doing. Here's what we need to be doing to answer this. And so I know that, like the part about shaking your hands, all that, not so much biblical, I guess, as it's what we always call common sense.
Kids today, they don't know how to deal with other people. I mean, they don't have to interact and to be positive. Show them respect. Show them, and that's good to see that is coming out.
And, I'm Southern, and I know that I even have times, and I'm older, but I was raised with yes sir, yes ma'am, no sir, no ma'am. You show respect for people. And I know that nowadays it's a little more difficult to get that. You go in and you're not sure if you should call someone that. Because you don't know. And you don't know if you're going to get, they're going to get mad at you because they're pronoun. And it's kind of confusing. And I think that's what, if we're confused, just think how the young people are feeling. And they need people to be able to be discipled to that will, the older crowd that will bring, push this down to them. So that's good.
Okay, well, you spoke about discipleship, and that, I could talk about this later, but that's what, we talk about the Foundations Network, what we do with these different programs, Real Perspective and all the others, is that we're focusing on foundation, on discipleship, on that, because there's a lack of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's what we do. All right, let's talk about the reels then.
You know what, quite honestly, I thought this was a really almost perfect movie. I'm going to give it 10.
10?
I absolutely love it. It just, excuse me, I'm just enamored with the Kendrick brothers.
Yes.
And that these guys can go and put these things out, and they're pushing this out there. They're even got a thing that they do that I absolutely love is they usually say it like at the end of the movie, they'll say it, they say, hey, look, if you want to find a way to give back to people, and it goes back with the discipleship or whatever, buy some tickets for someone and give it to them.
And that's been going on. People have been buying, and here.
Yeah.
And they did that with
they did that with Freedom and several other ones.
Yes.
And they say, or if you don't know anybody that you want to buy tickets for, go online, buy tickets out there, and they'll be reserved for people that want to see the movie but can't afford it. It's really good. I think it's a really great way of doing this. So, like I said, same I'm going to tell you guys. If y'all haven't seen it, see it. If you have seen it and you want to share it with somebody, buy tickets for somebody and go get them to the movie. If you don't know anybody that you want to give them to, go online. They show you how to buy tickets for somebody, and you can just put tickets out there. The more people to see these kind of movies, the more they'll be making, and the more they'll touch other people.
Yes, they'll touch other people, they'll reach other people, and you'll continue to get more and more flavors.
That's the whole thing, is that they fought because the first couple movies they didn't get anything. They were great movies, but they didn't really make much of a box office. You see this one, you see it over there, I think the number 6 or 7.
Yes,
maybe somewhere around there in the top 10.
Yep.
That's great, man. And that's without the studios pushing it.
It's already made a profit of about 20 mil. I mean, this is brilliant.
This is word of mouth. This is Christians talking to other Christians. This is Christians talking to non-Christians. This is people saying, you got to see this movie. So if you've seen it, push it out there, man. Tell people about it. And I think for me, Facing the Giants was probably my favorite Kendrick brother movie. But this is tied for it because it's just a very important message. And we're seeing young people they're being disconnected now. And it's we have to connect that. We have to be able to do that. And it's just taking someone and saying, let me show you the right way to live. And let me show you what the Bible says about this. Let me show you how you should act in society. And that's an important thing to do. And that's what I love about this movie, man.
Audiences poll gave this out of what they said, the grades from A+ to F. That's your scale, right? They've given this an A+.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
That's fantastic.
I'm giving it a 10
what a
because
testimony.
It is such a great movie. It's a great message.
I hardly look at the critics. I don't worry about that.
Yeah, one thing I'll tell people is they always go with, what's that?
Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes. And they'll go, it's 100% Rotten Tomato. Well, a lot of times that's critics.
Yeah.
Go see that if it's viewers, because they have two, they have critics and viewers. A lot of times, I don't believe in the critic part. I think that and I hate to say this, but I think Rotten Tomatoes kind of tells people how to go or something. But you see the viewers, the regular people, and you'll see that. And if you see that raising there, and the critics are here, you know that regular people like us love that movie.
And you understand there are many critics out there do not have a foundation of Christ. They do not have a foundation a Christian foundation and look at it from that. That's why here on Real Perspective, you will see, and that's what we'll give it, a Christian perspective.
That's absolutely it.
So all right.
That's the biz.
That's the biz. Okay, so let's review. Beetlejuice.
9.
Yeah. I like it. Speak No Evil.
8. Now Beetlejuice, nostalgic. So so no.
I love nostalgic.
Speak No Evil. 8. It's very suspenseful. I enjoyed it. If you like suspense movies, you'll love it.
Okay, and then the 4.
And the 4 just 10, absolutely 10 out of 10.
Yes.
If you're Christian, see it. It's a must see for Christians.
All right.
So,
all righty. Well, thank you, Russell. Thank you for those reviews.
Thank you.
All righty. So there they are. Go see them at the box office. It looks like we got good ones all around this time. Just the kiddies don't see the horror ones.
Yeah.
But anyway. But Christians go see the Christian ones and go say his name 3 times. Oh, but stop. Beetlejuice. So some fun stuff there. Alrighty, folks. We will see you again next time on Real Perspective. What is this show? Anyway, save us the aisle seats. I better not say that. I'm going to get myself in trouble with that. Okay. Anyway, we'll see you next time on Real Perspective.